In this day and age, when your smartphone can do 4K, come on, does the camera's sensor size really make a difference? Hello, and welcome to Cinematic Sensei. I am your host, Benjamin Curley. So first off, what in the world do camera sensor sizes have to do with how your image comes out anyway? I mean, does it really make that kind of a difference? Actually, yes, it does. There are a few things that contribute more to the visual quality of your video than sensor size. So if you've done any browsing on the internet, you probably know that a larger sensor equals better low light visibility. Why? Very simply put, it's because the surface area of the sensor is bigger, therefore it allows more light to hit it. Really simple. What does that really mean though? Imagine a ship that's sailing across the ocean. You've got a ship with a really tiny square sail, and then you've got a ship with a really large square sail. Which sail is going to catch more wind? Naturally, the one with the larger sail. That doesn't mean it's going to travel faster. That doesn't mean it's going to be more efficient or better or anything. But it is going, because it covers a larger amount of space, it is going to be able to capture more wind. The same with a camera sensor, is going to be able to capture more light just because of the surface area. This is why smartphones do not perform particularly well in low light. The sensor size on them is so tiny that they struggle to get any light in. When you take your smartphone outside and film in the daylight at 4K, it's tack sharp, it's amazing looking, but then you take it inside and then it just gets all grainy and ugly looking, you can barely see anything. That's because it's not getting enough light. The sensor is just too small. Okay, so a larger sensor means that your camera can see better in lower light. That's great. But what else does it mean? The second thing that it most notably affects is the depth of field that your camera gets. Take a look at this illustration. Where the two lines start, that is either side of the edge of your camera's sensor. Where the two lines converge and intersect, that is the point of focus. That's a focusing point. And then notice where those two lines, after intersecting, move out into the background. That is everything that's slowly getting further and further out of focus, okay? So what's in focus is where the two lines converge. Everything where the two lines start spacing out from each other, start growing wider, that's where things start getting more and more out of focus. Now, if we take the sensor and put a larger sensor in, notice how much wider the two lines get from each other as they go further and further into the background away from their focusing point. What this means is that a larger sensor is going to create more background blur. It's going to throw things more out of focus because of the larger sensor. This is also why when you turn the aperture down on your camera, creating a smaller hole for the light to go through, you lose the background blur that you would have at a very wide aperture. It's exactly the same thing. And that is a very basic explanation of the differences that the sensor size in your camera makes on the image the camera creates. And so that's it. Very simple. I hope this was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.